Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yoga for Self-Love with Kim. I am Kim. This will be a short, gentle practice today. We will bring our focus to our breath. We'll move slowly and mindfully and keep in connection with our breath. You may need a couple of blocks for the practice, so grab those, have them handy. Come and join me on the mat in a seated position of your choice. Can sit with the shins crossed, one foot in front of the other, legs wide. Bring the soles of the feet together into a Baddha Konasana or cobbler's pose. Or you could come into Vajrasana, bend the knees and sit up on the heels, or maybe even tuck a block underneath your bum and sit up on a block or two. So find what feels comfortable for you to begin your practice today. I'm sitting on a block. You're welcome to sit up on something. Find a nice upright alignment through your spine. Reach the crown of the head up and root down through the sitting bones and the pubic bone. Wiggle the sides of the body nice and long. Find some space. And then if it feels okay for you, you can close your eyes or find a soft and steady gaze. And just take a moment to arrive, to notice how you're feeling, letting go of judgment, but just becoming curious and aware of what's happening for you. And honoring where you're at. As always, I invite you to bring in the intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, and compassionate with yourself as you move through this practice. And if you like to carry the intention off of your mat out into your day with you. And bring your hands to rest on your knees or thighs, palms facing down for a little bit more grounding energy, or you can flip the palms up to receive. And begin to check in with your breath and just notice how it feels today. Deep, smooth, steady, or maybe a little shorter, more quicker. How does your energy feel? Open, flowing, spacious, or maybe a little bit more restricted or blocked. And again, just honoring where you are. Taking some nice, deep, smooth, steady breaths in through your nose, filling the whole torso with the breath, drawing the breath down into the belly and feeling your belly expand with that inhalation. You can bring the hands to rest on the belly if you like, feeling the hands move out as the belly expands. And as you exhale, the hands gently drawing back in, belly drawing back in towards center as you release the breath up and out through the nose. Take a few more breaths like this, in through the nose, all the way down into the belly, feeling your belly expand, feeling the side waist expand, the low back expand. So the whole body is filling up 360 degrees all the way around. And then with the exhalation, everything draws back in towards center. You release the breath up, out through the nose. A few more like this. And then either move both hands up to the sides of your rib cage, or you could keep one hand on the belly, bring one hand up to the side of the rib cage. With the next inhalation, draw that breath down into the belly, fill up the belly, and then draw the breath up into the rib cage. Feel the rib cage expand, sides of the ribs expanding outwards into the hands. And then again, you release the breath from the ribs, from the belly, back up and out through the nose. A couple more like that. Breathing in through the nose, down into the belly, filling the rib cage. Feeling the rib cage expand. And then releasing the breath from the ribs, from the belly, up and out through the nose. A couple more times like this. And now you can keep one hand on rib cage, maybe bring one hand up to your heart, or you could keep one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. With your next inhalation, draw the breath all the way down into the belly. Expand the belly. Draw the breath up into the rib cage. Expand the rib cage. Draw the breath all the way up into the chest. Fill up the upper chest all the way to the collarbones, filling up through the back body, all the way up into the armpits. And as you exhale, you release the breath from the upper chest, from the rib cage, from the belly, back out through the nose. Then a few more cycles of breath like this. In through the nose. Fill up your belly. Fill up the rib cage. Fill up the upper chest, upper back. With the exhalation, release the breath out through the nose and take a few more deep breaths like this. Then you can release that, release the hands down or keep the hands on the belly or the rib cage or the upper chest. We'll take it into a 3-part breath now, similar to what we were just doing, but we'll have a little pause in between the segments of our inhalation. So we'll inhale, sip in the breath, right in through the nose, down into the belly, about a third of your inhalation, and then pause and hold the breath. Sip in another third of your inhalation into the rib cage. Feel the rib cage expand, pause and hold. And then we'll sip in that final third of your inhalation into the upper chest, upper back. Draw the breath all the way in, pause and hold. And then release the breath out through the nose, or if you like, you go to side out through the mouth. We'll take a couple more cycles with this 3-part breath. Inhaling down into the belly. Third of the breath, pause and hold. Inhale into the rib cage. Third of the breath, pause and hold. Inhale that final third of your breath into the upper chest, upper back. Pause and hold. Release the breath out or side out through the mouth. A couple more like that. One more just like that. And then let that go. Release any manipulation of your breath. Find your natural rhythm here. You can begin to flutter the eyes open. We'll root down through the sitting bones, wiggle sides of the body long, reach crown of the head up. Nice, long, tall spine. Take the right fingers down to the mat underneath your right shoulder. Reach that left arm up along the ear. Let's take a deep breath in here, sitting up nice and tall. As you exhale, gently fold yourself over to the right. We'll take a breath or two here, filling up through the left side of the rib cage with the inhalation. Releasing it out with the exhalation. Let's try another deep full breath here. Inhaling it in, filling up through that left side of the rib cage. And then as you exhale, lift yourself back up to center. Let's take it over to the other side. Drop the left fingers down underneath that left shoulder. Reach that right arm up along the ear. Take a deep breath in, sitting up nice and tall. As you exhale, you fold yourself over to the left. And then a few breaths here. Inhaling, filling up right side of the rib cage now. Filling up through the torso. As you exhale, releasing the breath out. Another inhale, filling up through the rib cage. And then as you exhale, rooting into the sitting bones, hugging the belly in, lift yourself back up. Let's take palms together overhead and slide the palms down to the heart. And now open up the hands, keep the pinky fingers together, palms facing up as if you are offering, making an offering here. And then palms come back together at the heart. Release the hands down, and now we'll fold forward, hinging from our hips, reaching hands forward. Come up onto your finger pads. We'll take it into a little cat-cow breath here. As you inhale, begin to soften the belly, begin to lift up through the heart, lift up through the gaze. And as you exhale, press into your finger pads, draw the belly back towards the spine, round up through the back, drop your chin down towards your chest. Inhale as you soften the belly, lift up through the heart, lengthen out through the spine. Exhale as you curl the belly in, round up through the back, chin drops towards chest. And one more time, inhale, soften the belly, reach the heart forward. And as you exhale, you round yourself in again. And then walk your hands back. Come back into your seated position and then pluck out whatever you're sitting on, if anything. Keep the blocks handy, and let's find our way into a child's pose with the knees wide. Knees wide towards outer edges of your mat. Big toes coming towards each other behind you. Bring your bum back towards your heels. So reach the hands forward. And for a moment, rest that third eye space down onto the mat. Forehead comes down to the mat, or if it doesn't comfortably reach, tuck a block under the forehead. And we'll find our cat-cow breath here in our child's pose. Inhale, soften the belly, drop the belly down towards the mat, lift up through the heart, lift up through the gaze. Rise up onto your finger pads, and then as you exhale, we'll curl it in. Belly draws back up towards the spine. You round up through your back, rooting into finger pads. Chin moves towards chest. Inhale, extend it out, soften the belly, heart reaches forward. Exhale as you round yourself back in. And then let's do that one more time. Inhale, soften the belly, heart reaching forward. Exhale as you round it in. Walk your hands back. Let's pull the knees in. Come to sit on the heels for a moment and just pause. And then we'll take the hands forward, coming into a table position. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And rock yourself side to side. Find any little movement that feels right for you here. And then bring yourself to center. Take a little peek over towards that right hip. And then bring yourself back to center. Take a little peek over towards the left hip. Bring yourself back to center. Let's take it into some cat-cow here, our traditional cat-cow from our table position. So as you inhale, soften the belly, lift the tail, draw the heart forward through the arms, lift the gaze. And as you exhale, press down into the finger pads, hug in through the arms, round the back up towards the ceiling, bring the chin towards the chest, look towards the navel, front body hugging in towards the back body. And then we'll switch it again. Tail lifts, belly softens, heart draws forward on your inhalation. And then with your exhalation, you find that cat pose, rounding the back up. A couple more, following your cycle of breath. Taking it nice and easy, nice and slowly, mindfully. And bring yourself back into your table. From your table, now we'll step the right foot out. You can turn to face the long edge of your mat if you like I just did. Or just step your foot off of the mat. And you can either turn the toes down towards the end of the mat, or you could turn the toes forward. Find what feels a little bit better in your body. And then we'll walk ourselves up to come up and stand up on this left knee, foot, shin. Take the back of the right hand to that right thigh. Reach that left arm up along the ear, rooting down through the feet, hugging in through the inner thighs. Take a deep breath in, reaching up through the left fingers and then folding yourself over towards that right side. Take a deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, hug in through the belly, reach yourself back up. Let's do it again. Inhale as you fold yourself over to the right. Right hand will slide down that right leg. Let's take a deep breath here. And then lift yourself back up. One more time. Inhale as you fold yourself over to the right. And then let's bring it back up towards center. Hands come down to the mat. Step that right knee back in, and we'll step the left foot out to the other end of the mat. Again, toes pointing out towards the end of the mat, or you could turn the foot so the toes are pointing a little bit more forward with the pinky toe side of that foot more parallel-ish to the end of the mat. See what feels better for you. We'll walk the hands up, come up to stand on that right knee, foot, shin. Take the back of that left hand to that left thigh. Right arm reaches up along the ear. Nice and tall through the spine. Deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll fold it over to the left. And then let's bring it back up. And inhale, and then fold to the left. Deep breath here, and as you exhale, we lift it back up. Deep breath in, fold over. And then let's take a deep breath in as we lift it back up. Hands come down to the mat. Step that left knee in, and then turn yourself to face long or the top of the mat again. Back into our table, a little rock of the hips again, side to side. And then tuck toes under, press into the hands and glide your hips up and back into a bent knee downward dog. Find some little pounces, pedal out the legs. Find some movement here. And then we'll crouch down into our tiger dog. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, begin to roll yourself forward, finding plank pose. Take a deep breath in here in your plank. And as you exhale, root into fingers. Hug the belly up and back, hips up and back, and bring yourself back into your down dog. Bend the knees, crouch down. Deep breath in. Exhale takes you forward into your plank. Deep breath in here. And then exhale pulls you back into your downward dog. Once more, we'll crouch down. Let's take a deep breath in. As you exhale, roll it forward. Take a deep breath in here. And then with your exhale, we'll send the hips back. Downward dog. Drop knees for a moment. Grab your blocks. Have them handy up at the top of your mat just in case you might need them here. And then we'll send the hips up and back into our downward dog. Bend your knees, crouch down. Let's send the right leg up for a three-legged dog. And then we'll bend the right knee, bring it in towards the chest as you shift yourself forward. Hug that knee into the chest, core plank, and then we'll step the right foot through to that right thumb. So you're coming into a high lunge stance. Let's take both hands inside of that right foot. And then if you want, grab a hold of your blocks. Plop them right underneath your hands. Hug that right knee in towards that right arm. And then we'll inhale, right knee bent, heart reaching forward. As you exhale, we'll press into the hands, pull that right hip back, make that right leg a little bit straighter. So we're coming into a little pyramid pose here. And then we'll bend that right knee. As you inhale, heart pulls forward, back leg is straight here. And then as you exhale, press into the hands, hug that right hip back, and fold in. Inhale, we bend the right knee, pull the heart forward. Exhale, pulls you back. And then we'll bend the right knee. You can take that right hand outside of that right foot now. Lower that left knee down to the mat, untuck the back toes, and we'll reach the arms up, coming into a low lunge. And then let's take hands down to the mat, tuck back toes under, step yourself back into a downward dog. Bend your knees and crouch it down. Now we'll send the left leg up, three-legged dog. Bend that left knee, shift yourself forward, core plank, and then step that left foot through to that left thumb. Hands inside of that left foot. So blocks if you want them underneath your hands, same thing that we just did on the other side. Keep hugging that left knee in towards the midline. We'll inhale, soften the belly, front knee bent, heart reaching forward, and then as you exhale, reach into the hands, hug that left hip back, begin to make that left leg a little bit straighter, and you fold in over that leg. Inhale, heart forward, left knee bends. Exhale, pull it back, fold it in. Inhale takes you forward. Exhale, you pull it back. Let's take it forward again. Lower that right knee down to the mat. Left hand comes back over to that left side. Press into that left foot, reach arms up, find that low lunge. And then we'll take hands down to the mat. Step yourself back into downward dog. Walk out your dog here, pedal out your legs. Drop knees down to the mat. Let's come back into a child's pose. This time knees wide or knees together. You decide. Bum back to the heels. You can rock your hips a little bit side to side if you like here. And then come back to sit on your heels. Let's take the knees together and find your way back into a seated position. Whatever feels right for you. Sit up nice and tall. And then you can close your eyes again or find that soft and steady gaze. Bring one hand to rest on your heart, other hand to rest on top. Thank yourself for showing up for your practice today, showing up for this sacred time with yourself, checking in with your mind, body, and tuning into your breath. Palms together at the heart. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me today. Hope it helped. With love and gratitude. Namaste.